You're buying eggs at the store, and you're buying fertilizer too. Then you come home and throw your kitchen scraps in the trash, burn your garden waste. You don't even realize you're buying the same things you're throwing away. John Seymour lived 40 years in England as a self-sufficient farmer. In his books, he keeps saying this: put 8 hens in 100 square feet, your egg and fertilizer problems are over. People don't really listen, but the man turns out to be right. Why are chickens so important? Think about it this way. You've got cabbage stumps in the kitchen, stale bread, wilted lettuce leaves. Normally that's garbage, but put it in front of chickens, they eat it. And a few hours later, what comes out isn't ordinary manure. The nitrogen content is so high, it literally ignites your compost pile. Compost that would normally take 6 months breaks down in 3 weeks with chicken manure. Plus, the chickens are laying eggs anyway, so the same animal is giving you both fertilizer and eggs. What you're feeding them is your garbage. It's a free system. What Seymour says is this: the moment you separate the garden from the animals, the system collapses. Without animals, the garden becomes just decoration. It can't sustain itself. In the 1970s, some hippies in California invented something called a chicken tractor. You build a small wheeled cage with an open bottom, put 8 hens inside, and pull it over your garden bed. The chickens scratch the soil, eat the weeds, clean up the bugs, and fertilize. After 2 or 3 weeks, you slide the cage to the next bed. The first bed you left behind is in such beautiful condition. The soil is loose. There are no weeds. It's full of fertilizer. You plant tomatoes or whatever, and the plants just explode. A guy named Worthington figured out a feeding method. You give the chickens 3 things and they regulate the rest themselves. Greens, whatever you can find. Grain. Wheat is ideal, but barley works. And protein, fish meal, or insects. Chickens aren't stupid. They pick and eat whatever they need from what you put in front of them. You're giving them about 4 ounces of wheat a day, maybe half an ounce of fish meal, and you're getting eggs in return. Everyone calculates the value from the eggs. 8 hens give you 4 to 5 dozen eggs a week. That's about $150 to $200 saved per year. That's nice, but the real value is the manure, because that's what makes the system work. Say you've got a compost pile in your garden. You're throwing in leaves, branches, scraps. But without nitrogen, the microorganisms work slowly. You wait 6 months and it's still not broken down. Add chicken manure and the pile heats up immediately. Steam comes off, it turns into soil in 3 weeks. So you don't need to buy compost anymore. However much organic waste you have, you can process it. So where do chickens get this nitrogen? It's not in the cabbage stump, but the chicken eats it, and 6 hours later there's 3 to 4% nitrogen in the droppings. That's just how biology works. You can't fully explain the logic. In Old England, back in the 1920s, almost everyone in the villages had 8 to 10 chickens in about 100 square feet, maybe a few rabbits too. Their gardens were maybe 1,000 square feet. These people never bought fertilizer, but their vegetables grew incredibly well because the loop was completely closed. Kitchen scraps to the chickens, chicken manure to the garden, garden produce back to the kitchen. Nothing left the property, nothing came in from outside. Then in the 1950s, industrial agriculture arrived. Everyone got rid of their chickens. started buying chemical fertilizer, became dependent. You can build a small chicken tractor for $2 to $250 with some lumber, wire, mesh, and 2 wheels. If you buy 8 hens, that's another $100 to $150. You're starting with $350 to $400 total. First year, you break even with the eggs, maybe come out a little ahead. But from the second year on, the system runs itself. Chickens lay for 2 to 3 years, then you make soup and get new ones. Daily work, opening the door in the morning, 2 minutes. Throwing grain, 1 minute. Giving kitchen scraps, 1 minute. Collecting eggs, 1 minute. Checking water, 1 minute. 5 to 6 minutes total. Every 2 or 3 weeks you pull the cage to the next bed. Takes 10 minutes with 2 people, max. If you don't want to deal with moving a tractor, there's Lady Eve Balfour's method. You make 3 areas. In the middle, a compost pile where the chickens live full time, constantly scratching. On the sides, 2 separate fenced pasture areas. You rotate the chickens every 2 weeks. While one area rests, they graze the other. This way you're producing massive amounts of compost. The chickens are eating natural grass. The system runs itself. So why doesn't anyone do this? Because people have been taught gardening equals growing plants. Animals are for farms. Gardens are hobbies. This separation is completely artificial. In reality, a garden is a biological loop. Without animals, the loop stays open and money keeps flowing out of your pocket. Add chickens, the loop closes, the money stops. Like Seymour said, a garden without chickens is just a place where you grow a few vegetables. With chickens, you actually become self-sufficient. To start, it's pretty simple. Have a garden bed, 10 to 15 square meters. Plant rye on it. Wait a month. Find a chicken tractor plan online and build it. Buy 8 laying hens, 6 to 8 months old. Pull the cage over the rye. Wait 3 weeks. Then remove it and plant vegetables. The first time, you'll be amazed at how soft the soil is, how nutrient dense. Tomatoes will shoot up 6 feet high. Bottom line, chickens are like the engine of your garden. You can't have a car without an engine. You can't have a garden without animals. People forgot this, but the physics hasn't changed. You need nitrogen. Chickens provide it. You need compost. Chickens speed it up. You need eggs. Chickens produce them. There's no other system that does all 3 in 100 square feet. Turns out Seymour was right.